to live with the women, and they were classed as non-binary. They're in his teachings, and they lived in his house. Before Christianity and before colonization, all around the world, all native people had, indigenous people had third gendered people who lived freely among everybody. This isn't a new phenomenon. It's not a TikTok. But the problem is people are clinging so desperately to this way of life that they live in a shoebox. They don't realize that that shoebox is inside a storeroom, which is actually inside a shopping mall, which is inside a town, which is on a planet, because all they are insistent that they are going to stay.
Let me ask you a question. You said you were in Dublin? I apologize. Belfast. Okay, so you're in Ireland. Do you feel that Americans are more angry and not as receptive to having an open mind as other people in the world?
Well, no, I'm from Northern Ireland. We didn't get marriage equality until 7 years after the rest of the UK and Ireland.
He's from Northern Ireland.
I'm used to people who are so small-minded. So the Northern Ireland and America, like the red cappers, are all very similar. So I'm used to these types of chats and conversations, and it is just about expanding minds. Once you realize that the world is an onion rather than just a circle, and there's many layers underneath, it's not just what you see on the surface, that we can all live a lot more harmoniously together.
Hey, Marcus, let me jump in here real quick, and you can sing Kumbaya all night. Hold on, hey, give me a second. Let me just say that first off, Marcus, please cash in your ticket, but I'm gonna also say, and I said it before, Americans are dumb and lazy. They'd rather talk on an issue they don't know about than do the research and actually talk out of intelligence. It's just the truth. We're a TMZ generation. But Marcus, I need you to meet up. I'm going to say hello to Shepard real quick. Shepard, how you doing, bro?
I'm going to go after you and Shepard.
I got you. Shepard, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good, JB. Great conversation. I'm just thinking
Can you cash your ticket in? Thank you.
Yeah, I did. I just didn't leave and come back yet. The one thing I was interested is with the trans issue, with that being so sexually hyper-focused, and then they're also kind of correlating with the white young male shooter thing, with the removal of, we'll say, like all the steps towards ending bullying in the late 80s, early 90s, and taking that kind of avenue of curtailing bad behavior or mental issues earlier due to some of this bullying, not advocating for bullying, but we were able to see some of this earlier, and these were less likely.
And he's exactly right. Here's the thing, though. I say heterosexual, transgender, white male. The young, white, disgruntled male. Yes. Right. And all white people don't have these problems, but the young, white, disgruntled male is the problem. And to that point, you are exactly right that it's a conversation that we need to have nationally. Who's going to lead it? In my opinion, who's going to lead the conversation but white men? But that's not a conversation they want to have, from my perspective. And I guess this is my question to you and anybody who wants to take it. From my perspective, historically, white men, not all, they're never the problem. They don't view themselves as ever being the problem anywhere at any time. 38% of the population are white males, yet they account for over 85% and help the healing process among the incels, the white incels, and the disgruntled young white men who are horny and can't get laid, et cetera, et cetera. But they're not going to. And I'll have the conversation, but how do we.
Well, show the data.
Hold on a second, John. How do we unpack the conversation?
Show us the data. Slippers keeps saying there's this data, but he's yet to post a link. It's just verbal data that he's spewing on young white males. I wish there were some young white males to defend themselves against Slippers' misinformation. I mean, Slippers, post the link.
All the historical evidence that we have about white men's shenanigans, from slavery to school shootings, what data, when you say show the data, what data are you looking for that you can't find in history books? Journals,
looking for any data to back up Slippers' claims. I'm saying if you're going to make a claim, you should post some data or a link. And until you do, it's just opinion and gossip. Go ahead, Slippers.
Wait, John, let me ask you a question. Do you think what's being said is not true?
I'm questioning it.
I'm just trying to get clarity on what you're saying, John.
I'm questioning Slippers' claims. Until I see some data, I can't confirm it. That's called using logic and reason to make, knowledgeable opinions. I mean, until I see data, it's still just opinion.
Slippers, you got data to back this up?
To be fair, I don't think Slipper needs to go and get data. I think John can literally go to the internet and find it very, very
You think I'm going to entertain this? This man has 50 phones. I'm sure he has access to Google.
Go ahead, make your claims, but post the data or a link. Otherwise, it's called opinion. And until I see a link confirming what you've said, it's opinion. And I could have 1,000 phones. It wouldn't make a difference. It's still called your opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to remember. Hold on, real quick. You got it, Marcus. I promise. We have to remember. We're dealing with people who said history, which they renamed critical race theory, is racist and anti-American. We're dealing with people who don't like facts, lived experiences, history, which is data, and receipts. So black people, and I'm saying for black people far and wide, and this is no disrespect to the white brothers and sisters in the stage, in the room, or listening later. When white folks ask you, especially in America, and especially if they are of a certain age, when they start asking you for data, when all they have to do is open up the pages of history books, don't entertain the nonsense. It's not our responsibility to teach these people the history of white supremacy, systemic racism, colonialism, et cetera, and the trickle-down effects and the mental and the impact on the psyche throughout generations. These people have collectively decided that they don't want to learn anything about this. Remember, they get to opt out of Black history in high school and college. So now we can opt out of their demands for receipts when they have a handy iPhone and AI at their disposal to get all the evidence and receipts.
So no receipts. Okay, no receipts.
Hold on, John.
I posted 3 in the chat.
No receipts.
Actually, thank you, Slippers. I'm just going to say this as the cracker in the corner. I'm not disputing that you guys say there's data. I believe it. It makes sense, right? But how do we fix it is the question. Marcus, I need you to meet up, please, because I get feedback. Thank you, sir.
Oh, so sorry.
No, it's okay, man. Just no worries. Let me say hello to Adrian real quick. Adrian, how you doing?
Yo, what's up?
Chilling, man. We're talking about mass shootings in schools. Slippers is claiming that it's a white man problem, and I'm not disagreeing with him. But John wants data. What do you think about the conversation?
I think that's a good political strategy. I think it's genius, actually, because if you think about it, every time that he does something, it puts Democrats in a position to where they step on themselves, right? So every time we have mass shootings, what does the left always say? We need to ban guns, right? The guns are the problem. The guns are the problem. Not the people. The guns are the problem. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to ban trans from buying guns. Now, the minute that the left comes out and defend it, they're going to say, oh, so trans can't buy guns? No, that's not right, right? Trans should be able to buy guns. Oh, so it's not the guns that's the problem then, huh? Interesting. It's going to make them defend guns. It's going to make them defend owning guns. After they just got done saying, notoriously, we need to get rid of the guns. Now he's putting them in a position to where they have to defend the guns. It's a good political strategy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if they'll be able to enforce it, though, with the DOJ. And by the way, speaking of Mr.
Well, JB, that's the point.
Hold on,
It's not about to be enforced. That's not the point, is of enforcing it. It's forcing them to defend guns.
No, I get it, but let me just say this real quick. I know this is going to bring some smoke from some of you MAGA, but your guy there, Trump, he's taking L after L in these lower courts right now. And a lot of these cases are going to wind up in front of the Supreme Court, I believe. Marshall Rankin, how you doing, Marshall Rankin? Marshall? All right, guys, we're going to go popcorn style. One might get
how we fix it. And when we are dealing with disenfranchised young people, the key is
it's not just parents, it's the whole system. It's the cell phones, it's the content, it's the never-ending rhetoric about how you have to be kind to everyone and accept everyone's mental derangement and impairment.
set us back decades. Set us back decades. Muy opacos laudes.
Well, Kennedy's fighting back against that. Kennedy's fighting back against that. You can watch Senator Warren, $30 million sitting in their bank accounts, and don't stop. They are literally fighting on behalf of Big Pharma because that's their primary contributors. And you've contributed to my campaign. JB has contributed. Hakima has contributed to my campaign. I'm not some big pharma whore. I got $600 to get these petition signatures. So there is a big conflict of interest when it comes to COVID-19 cutoff at in Los Angeles at a major hospital. So there's a huge financial incentive. To keep promoting trans, and that's the truth.
Can I just ask there, John, when you were saying about being forced to be kind to everyone in the world, forced for kindness, how many wars have been started on kindness?
Washed and who are being abused. And if you have gender dysphoria and you're depressed and you think cutting your schmeckle off for $100,000 because Medicare Medicaid is going to pay it for you, tens of thousands of them at this point.
John, hold on a second. I'll come back to you, I promise. I want to say a little.
Hey JB, I'm good, thank you. Just listening for now. I'll chip in as this book comes out, if that's all right.
I love your accent. You can chip in anytime you like.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Dr. Catherine's here, Jack. Sorry, Lola.
Dr. Catherine, wow.
No problem, darling.
What makes Dr. Catherine decide to summit with us tonight? Hello, Dr. Catherine, one of my favorite people.
Yeah, we're still here.
Dr. Catherine, what brings you to my corner of the world? Dr. Catherine, are you there?
It's in the lower right.
Oh, here I am. Okay, so yeah, I'm back to traveling more to my Florida office, so I have more free time to just chat on Clubhouse. What are you guys up to? I heard there was something about. What did I hear? You guys talking about? Oh, right. Okay. Why is it always these involuntary cis guys who are so stuck with other people?
Respect, Dr. Catherine.
Actually, you don't have to be nice to me. I'm an emergency physician by training, so trust me, I've been spit on, kicked, I take all sorts of shit, so I can handle it. Whatever you got, I got it.
All right,
in all seriousness, what does it mean to be involuntary cis?
So I only know this term because I've been on Clubhouse. It's not part of my general, cadence of speech. That's what I meant. Incel. Okay, sorry guys. I had a glass of wine.
But I'm also involuntary cis, just for clarity. No,
I gotta be honest, I didn't realize there was so much trans hate, not just in the world, but on this app. And I think a lot of men are just insecure about it. Just my opinion. I think a lot of men are just insecure about it. Just my opinion.
Can I win? Okay.
Tane, you were going to chime in or no?
I was just gonna say, it's like everything, fear of the unknown, and then when things are talked about on social media, even though you may never have encountered such things in your real life, people think that these things are ubiquitous, and so, yeah, I would be confused as well if a whole bunch of people were, I guess if I cared enough about, again, what people did with their genitals, like Dr. Catherine said, I don't. But, people think that this shit is ubiquitous, and it's not at all to the scale they're making it seem. Most trans women keep their penises. Most trans men don't have reconstructive surgery for a penis. So you're talking about a fraction of percent of the population of already a minority group. So I don't know. I wonder too why people get so in their feelings about it.
Well, you know what brought up the subject, King, was the mass shooting in the church the other day. It was by a trans person. And people are coming off saying that, well, statistics say that most of these shootings are done by trans people. And it's mostly white young men. And we're trying to come to a conversation of why is it young white men that are committing these crimes, young trans white men.
And that proves my point. Regardless of whether they're trans or not, and in this instance, the person was trans, it is still a young white male. So I know people don't like to hear that out loud, but I feel like there's something to be said in white America about having that conversation of what is going on with disgruntled young white males where they are committing these acts in disproportionate numbers.
They don't pay attention to who they're hanging around with. I think this is a pride problem, not a young white man's problem.
I'm going to
What's the young white man's problem? Sorry.
I got a question. Do you guys all have like the same political views? Like, do you guys all support Trump here or not?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I am not a Trump supporter, Kylie. Not at all.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I support the president. I support Trump. Doesn't mean I agree with all his policies, but I'm proud to say I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, no such thing.
What makes you believe that supporting Trump isn't a problem? Like, did you vote for Kamala or did you actually sit there and vote for Trump?
What makes me think that voting for Trump isn't a problem? It wasn't a problem for me.
Oh. And you're African, right?
Born in Black American, born in the United States, the greatest country on earth.
Okay. Interesting. I'm from
I'm Black American, and I proudly voted for Trump, and I did not proudly vote for Kamala Harris. I'm proud I did not vote for her. And please ask me why.
Could I ask why? Yeah, I was going to ask you why.
You want to know why? Because Kamala Harris isn't a black woman. She faked her way to be black. When she ran for the California district, state attorney, right? Not only did she put a lot of black people in jail, when she ran for the California district state attorney, she ran as the first Indian American woman, right? When it was the presidential debate back in 2021, she debated Joe Biden and called him a racist. He was, But then, when she wanted to get involved, then all of a sudden she was black. Then all of a sudden she was washing collard greens in the bathtub with bleach. But anybody that's black is going to tell you that that's not how you clean collard greens. Any black person will tell you that, right? So I don't know, man.
Trump is beneficial to black people?
It's a fake blackness for me. I saw with Barack Obama. I'm not falling for it again this year. That's why I voted for Trump.
Do you think he's beneficial to black people?
Hilarious. So you can vote for I'm a Black American. I don't give a fuck if they're black or white or green. I don't vote for fascists nor authoritarian regimes. I don't vote for people who are constantly assaulting the Constitution and people's Bill of Rights. Like, I don't do that fucking shit. I don't give a goddamn what the fuck melanin is in your skin or not, right? If it was somebody white and they were not a fuck, right? I would take the status quo bureaucrat over a right-wing authoritarian, period. So, we're not all the same up in here.
Let me take control of the room for a second, guys. This is community conversations and collaboration. Is Donald Trump mentally unfit for office? I put an article on top of that. Trump's DOJ is considered. Shirley, how you doing, Shirley? Jordan, how you doing? Austin, I invited you up. Y'all, how you doing? MG, always a pleasure to have you in here. Jay, guys, if you have pink tickets, please cash. Do you want me to call you Victoria?
That's fine. I've already been outed, so I don't mind. But
Can you guys hear me?
I think distracts from the Epstein file issue, and I don't think that he is deliberating on some of the major decisions that he's made, including sending the National Guard into Chicago, including the bombing of Iran.
The city that he goes into, that would be New Orleans. He said that New Orleans would be the next city. So
he's scared to come to Chicago. That's why. He tried to come to Chicago before and he couldn't make it through.
Can I just go back to what Craig was saying earlier?
The 10th Amendment forces.
He does if it's a
and
national
his law
emergency.
enforcement office. That's per the 10th Amendment and posse comitatus.
yeah, but you know what?
What property happening, right? Like, he's tried. I like the blatant manipulation and gaslighting, as if we don't know what emergencies are anymore in this country. We've lived through several emergencies, and to think that never worked in public service, that no other president in the United States has ever done, and we trust that he's his reasoning, even though we know this is just everyday life in every city.
Well, let me jump in real quick, King. So, by the way, he's going to be signing an executive order, I believe, tomorrow. It will no longer be called the Department of Defense. It will be called the Department of War. So, there's that. To me, that just sends a really bad signal throughout the world. Let me say hello. First off, what's up, Craig? Good to see you, bro. XG, what's going on?
What the fuck they're gonna do, and they're going to act like somehow, in some way, shape, or form, that Trump isn't just, again, speaking out of the other side of his fucking neck for the 8th time in a row. Quiet about the Epstein files. The one motherfucker who was so loud about Biden's health and what was going on with him is seemingly quiet about his now, concerning the fact of that little hand that we haven't seen for a while. And on top of that, the fact that that little hand had a bruise mark for longer than his fucking ear that quote-unquote got shot. So I just want to say, if he's going to continue with this stuff, he's absolutely unfit for office. Because I guarantee you, if I gave you the exact same criteria and rap sheet of shit that Trump's done, or shit that we can see happening to him, or that he's doing, and then applied all that to Biden, all the Republicans 4 years ago would have said Biden's unfit for office for the same exact fucking reasons.
Thank you, XG. I'm going to go